Hi guys! Jake and Marisa, back again for more live reactions to Power Rangers Beast Morphers. We're actually doing this now.
That's what we do, right?
We throw the sunglasses away. Alright, so this is gonna get edited a little bit. Things will be fixed, etc. This will be the stream that actually gets shared.
Streamed. So,
short version from last time. Why did we postpone it by a day? Because I got woken up at Friday morning to find out that a close family member was in the hospital. Later that morning, Marisa found out a close friend was in the hospital. We decided to delay it by a day.
So we could attend
take care of these things. However, because MJ had to drive friend back from the hospital, that happened today. Hospital is stupid with its paperwork and spent an extra hour because they were stupid. We're going to just say this right now. The hospital is stupid because they're the reason that this got delayed.
You know what? It wasn't the paperwork.
Okay.
It was, I told you she had an hour left on her IV.
Okay. So the IV did not fill out its paperwork. The IV was being stupid. Now.
Anyways, we started on this computer because I wasn't home yet, and it was a terrible lag, and the people who were in the chat already know this.
Yes.
Because they came with us. Thank you guys very much.
But we're summing this all up for the recorded version. And in news of positive hospital news, I will share again, which was there was another person in the hospital earlier in the week. Congratulations to our good friend David DePaula, who now has his first child. He is a father. Congratulations. Clap, 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 clap. All right. So, now we're caught up on what I was doing while I was buying time for Marisa to arrive earlier before running in through the door. And now, everybody's back up there.
Power Rangers Beast Morphers?
This has been a disaster. Alright. So, now, once again. Oh, and also, as I mentioned before, Episode 80 is blocked, just like Episode 85. I'm contacting people at Hasbro. A lot of people have been getting claims lately. I'm going to see what I can find out about it. So that last bit of info as well. Now, let's kick things off once again. We watched the first 5 minutes before. We're going to go for it now. Let's do that time warp again with Episode 3 of Power Rangers Beast Morphers, End of the Road. There we go. No previously on, no narration. It's crazy.
Check it out. I recorded the program in your receiver and blaster so they can interface. The Beast-X can.
Yay for Beast-X can.
I can't wait to try it out, but is my X-Bike ready?
Yes, your phenomenal idea. One Morph-X powered bike built to your specifications.
Amazing. It's exactly like I designed.
Alright.
Thanks for building it for me. Are you sure you can make a lot of them fast?
No, absolutely.
It is also just kind of crazy to me that it's basically a BMX bike, just...
But no, it's a two-stroke.
Voila! You're ready to roll.
Fantastic.
It's a what?
It's exactly what
They make these, you can...
what was the word?
Two-stroke. They
Two-stroke.
put a small two-stroke engine on a bicycle. It's basically a bike with a two-stroke engine that happens to be run by
Morph-X.
You can do this.
Which is just a little bit weird, because, like, electrical bikes, I think, are already a thing that
It's the mayor's plan to ease the terrible
Yes.
don't they
in
just charge themselves?
Let's clear this area, folks.
Oh, okay.
Too late.
Just like electric.
Okay. She's...
What are you doing? What's your name?
Once again, jumping in front of a
bulldozer
for a small lizard.
Yes.
You're Zoe, the laundry girl.
That's right.
I like that we have both the mayor and the reporter back in this episode.
The first time around, but we should say it again. Holy moly, the reporter is her mom!
Yeah.
I'm afraid that saving one lizard isn't going to solve the problem.
Yeah.
Mr. Mayor, this forest is an important
Wow, we have more people now than we did
Tons of animals.
15 minutes ago. That's crazy.
But we did retweet
I do. That's why
and
I'm here,
re-Discord
'cause I'm not
and
afraid of
through
big
Facebook with a new
problems.
link.
I solve
So
big
Yeah.
that helps.
Hopefully that helps.
Let me show you something.
Alright.
This is an X-Bike. It's powered by clean,
Yeah,
renewable Morph-X.
it's kind of crazy to me that all 3 Rangers have parents that are prominent members of the community.
Yeah.
You along.
Interesting idea, but How does this solve my traffic problem?
We could put the X-Bikes all around the city for people to use. Each person on a bike is one less car creating traffic problems.
Also,
Imagine all the money the city would save if they funded my X-Bikes instead of building expensive
they've already
roads.
invested in a number of these bikes, actually. They've done all the research development.
The city will fund
They've
your
done
Xbox.
production.
Yeah. The one thing that is the thing is that in order to build this new roadway, they had to have gone through several, like, zoning charts and legislation and probably a community vote.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
buddy.
And now they're just gonna
I'll
stop.
make sure that you're home.
Well, I mean,
You can hang out with my friend Nate.
I guess that's a thing.
Now that's a new story.
Maybe the laundry girl now, but someday you'll be running Grid Battle Force.
I think this is
Become a
kind
ranger
of
one day.
amazing
Adorable.
that her mom wants her.
Mom.
Like, her mom dreams of her being a Power Ranger, not knowing she's a Power Ranger. That's a relationship that's a dynamic we've never
Seen before.
Nothing like that.
Any of my Gigatros. And it's all the fault of those useless avatars. Is that so?
Don't listen to that robo geezer.
I want to know what the
Robo Geezer. I love it. I missed that
The city
before.
will fund your Xbox.
Also, it's interesting that they can get
The
television
Rangers
signals
are building
in the
Morph-X
cyber
powered
dimension.
bikes for the city.
The Morph-X will be vulnerable.
Steal enough more bikes from the bikes to get me out
This
of
does show a weakness in their idea.
Try one of our
In which the whole thing was that, you know, if they have the Power Rangers to protect the Morph-X, everything will be fine. But then they took the Morph-X and put it all over town.
Well, I mean, it is
Makes
supposed
it
to
a
be
lot harder to
a
protect.
free energy source, and presumably
No traffic.
they,
cup holder. Where do I put my coffee?
yeah, they probably could have installed cup holders on
Great
these
to cruise
things.
around the city on
It doesn't
air.
take much.
They're super cool.
I know, cool. And it's not that.
This guy has sunglasses, which apparently makes him the ultimate authority on cool.
Now that is cool.
Well, I mean, people
Also-
like tandem bikes.
Yeah, I know, but here's the thing. A guy who says, that's not cool, is not someone who's going to flip out over a tandem bike.
I don't know. Maybe he's got the hots for Betty.
Alright.
And, of course, now the Morph-X bikes are going to actually work without their Morph-X in them,
He's got his,
which is going to be a problem.
We'll see what the useless one is.
alright, he's got his little E-Box key. Okay, so apparently
It's a bike pump.
it's a bike pump,
He's turning the... Oh, okay, the baddie's a bike pump.
but he's not. That's not a bike pump.
Got the Morph-X out of these
It's
bikes.
Needletron.
Destroy any ranger that gets in your way.
Why
Okay, no, that makes sense,
does it
Because a bike pump has a needle end to go into the doodah
Unless you want to ride
to pump the bike.
I guess. It's
And,
really
and
more.
they didn't want to put the medical...
It's really more of a
needles in.
nozzle.
But it's a nozzle. It's a nozzle that's very thin, like a needle.
Okay. Okay, here's
Just
what's
remember,
happening.
it's the
to
same kind of thing that you put in a basketball to...
them. What? No.
Do they have a couple of Morph-X unicycles now?
They basically because they're tandem bike.
Oh no, wait. He would have a full bike. She's got a unicycle.
Well, I mean there are only 2 wheels on a
No,
tandem
there's...
bike.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe they were...
Here we go. Whoosh. Hey, we get a full we get a morph sequence. Oh, nice little roar there. Ooh. Oh, that's spiffy. I liked a lot of the elements in there. And he does not get a full-on sequence, just does this little glitchy thing, which is still pretty cool. I have to admit, I find it kind of amusing that, like, no, he's totally from a bike pump, despite very clearly being maced off a doctor and covered in syringes.
You're good, but not good.
Oh, that was a nice little flippy move between them.
I'm pumped to destroy you. Power
Rangers. Wow. Go, Power Rangers. Go. It's morphin' time. justice we fight, with Beast Morph and might, together we rise. Go, go, Power Rangers, go, go, Power Rangers, Power Rangers Beast Morphers.
Tonight, being an ordinary kid can be messy. My parents threw a rager last night. And
1, 2, red and blue.
Oh, somebody making a reference to Alphabet 2? Oh, I see. Yeah, thank you.
How come we have to scream at the top of our lungs, RPM, get in gear? Now, some of us are trying to pick up chicks.
I'm curious to see how they're continuing on with this needletron stuff. I think it's still Keneal, or however, Noam. I'm never quite sure how to pronounce his name.
Yes.
I think it is actually Noam, not Noam.
The bikes powered by mystical energy source of every Power Rangers that ever existed is not cool.
Yeah.
When you are on a tight budget, you need everything.
I am so relieved that Ben and Betty landed in the water.
I don't feel like we can scrimp on.
Because honestly, I saw them flying through the air. I'm like,
and they're gonna break physics, they're gonna break physics, they're gonna break all water.
She's fine.
That was such a close call.
In the water
That was such a close call.
That would help her, but I
They stuck the landing.
When we started,
you scared me so bad. I mean, they still flew through the air way too ridiculously.
Got a lot more to it than I
and they probably would have
I could see that it was
sustained more damage hitting the water from that distance. Because the faster you're going when you hit the water, the harder the water is.
I watched my daughter.
Which is why I should not be able to fall from like a gazillion feet up into a single square of Minecraft water and not take any damage. But I'm okay with that because I don't take any damage.
From the bottom of my heart, like ABC Mouse has blessed our family.
So your DNA is causing you.
Also, I'm gonna. I feel like I want to incorporate that. I want to like incorporate that situation into like a physics test problem. It's like, if you're traveling along in on your tandem bicycle at such and such meters per second, and an explosion of this much energy occurs from the center of your tandem bicycle.
The music is Matt McGuire. Him and Nolan alternate episodes.
Well, that would be for the background music. The theme song would be...
Yes, exactly. At least they didn't pull a Team Rocket. That's exactly what we're talking about, Chase.
Like, that was an interesting explosion.
Joseph, I don't think it's your TV. We've actually switched how we're streaming.
Yeah.
Because we were lagging out on everyone's devices.
Yeah.
So your computer might be fine. I see you're on your TV today, but yeah. See, this is what we used to be streaming on.
Yes. And now we're on the proper MacBook.
Is the MacBook, and it's better.
So that's always good to know.
And somebody else did say that, I'm trying to catch up with the chat here, this is probably the first time we've had this much parental involvement in Power Rangers.
It's really interesting that all three parents are significant members of the community. They're not just like their role in the series is not just being the parents.
Yeah.
All three of them have a specific role.
It's caught on the table.
It's not caught on the table, huh?
Oh, it's caught on the cable.
Yes. It's caught on the cable, which is... Do not disconnect our internet.
And the Power Rangers actually got upset that Blaze hurt Ben and Betty.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, nobody cared when Victor and Monty got hurt. Even though they were placed in far more peril than Ben and Betty just were. Okay. So, he's just standing there and waiting as she slowly forms her new Beast X cannon. What?
And that's the end of him.
Guess I'll stick a pin in this for now.
Wow. That's amazing.
But here's the thing, I can see why they did that. Because using the needles in the doctor thing is a bad idea on American children's television. You're just going to make them afraid to get their shots.
Well, no, here's what's amazing to me, huh? They did not use any Sentai footage with that suit.
Oh.
They recreated a suit used it, but did not do any footage
What are
matching.
you waiting for, Scrolls? We'll make a Gigadrone.
That could have
Wait, so
literally
they
been.
actually recreated that?
They've recreated every monster suit.
So they weren't in storage or anything?
It's been 6 years. They had all decayed too much.
Now I'm really confused, because if you want... You didn't have
Well,
to...
keep in mind.
You didn't have to adapt the
Keep in
needle.
mind. I'm about to follow up to prevent your statement there. Is there's still the Gigadrone. So they still have the needle-themed giant robot.
Sorry, but I've got to solve the traffic problem.
But that's just remarkable.
Time's almost up, and I'm afraid the deal's a deal.
Gigadrone fights seem to be where the Senate footage is going to be. I got
Yeah.
you guys. I got you.
But that's still just an astoundingly,
The X-Bikes are here. You just need to make folks love them. If you can't figure it out,
astoundingly small amount of use of the monster.
The forest will be cut down. The animals will lose their homes. No way I can let that happen.
Okay.
There you go.
Wow, that's a cool centipede.
You're a creepy little dude.
Yep. Yes,
I'm gonna
yes.
save you anyway.
Yeah,
It's okay, Spiky fella. You'll come back.
are you the one trying to relocate all
They're
the
trying to
animals?
relocate all the animals.
All y'all are not...
Oh, Jax is helping. Oh, this is so wholesome.
But it's a huge forest. You're not going to fit every animal in the forest in your car.
They have several cars.
Even several cars.
This is still really wholesome.
There just
It is
isn't enough time.
Check it out. This little guy's...
Yeah, it was. It was from a hospital, and that's why I was thinking it would be a bad adaptation to adapt it as a needles in hospital thing, because we don't need to make kids scared of the doctor.
That's what I always thought a family would be like.
Oh, Nick doesn't have a
What do
family.
you mean, would be like? You have a family, don't you?
Sort of. My mom and dad work overseas, so I don't really see them much.
Oh,
Brothers and sisters?
No, it's just me.
that's
I always
interesting.
wanted a brother. But I have you Rangers now.
Oh, that's sweet.
He's adorable.
I was not expecting a bit of character development for Nate this
his
episode.
friends.
You'll find a way to solve
Did
it.
he program them to be his
Hey,
family?
people
No, I
went to the
don't
bikes
think
before
so.
the attack, right?
Because they don't seem to have fundamentally changed as people.
They were
Yeah.
independent buddies.
He gave them powers, but he didn't program people at all.
Yeah.
Wait, that's it. We just need to make the X-Bikes more cool. We
Okay.
can make them glow in the dark, or host a contest to see who could jump the highest.
Yeah,
Contest.
we can upgrade them with speakers for music and...
Yeah, there's a lot of different
You can
things.
put some bells and whistles on.
Near City Hall. I'm sending you coordinates.
Got it.
Roger, my X-Bikes are there. Blaze must be back for the Morph-X.
Go. Beast Morphers will take care of the animals.
Wait,
Thanks, Steve.
are we gonna get another monster?
Maybe. Or maybe he needs
when you can do the
the rest of it for the medical.
Okay, no, he's just dead. Oh, because he's still got the needle.
He's still got the arm.
There.
Yeah, it is kind of like how Dr. K. I'm seeing a lot of Dr. K parallels with me.
Wow, there.
Nice aim, guys. Talk about a shot in the arm.
Okay, that was funny. that was a good line.
I like how he keeps switching out.
I'm amazed at how much they're keeping up with that.
The Power Rangers are riding Morph-X bikes. Now they're cool.
There we go. But yeah, I had initially assumed the glitching that we saw in the first. Oh,
Really?
man,
They have to go past the BMX park to do
That's
this?
adorable.
Go faster, we can catch him.
I had initially assumed that the little glitching was only.
She's gonna catch the bike chase.
Yes.
It appears the Power Rangers are chasing someone on those new X-Bikes.
There's no way you're getting any kind of sound quality right now on your microphone, reporter mom.
Not great sound quality, but presumably she has the same kind of headsets that they use to talk to each other in the helicopter.
Well, yeah, but she's talking into a handheld microphone. There's no way that thing's
that's
picking
not
her up.
This reminds Mega of the rollerblading scene from MMPR movie.
I had heard a lot of people. Why can those fly like that? What is
I'm
up
sorry,
with these
that
things?
had shades of E.T. right there.
I mean, that actually, the apparent ability for these things to levitate would explain why Ben and Betty were able to fly so far through the air. Oh, hey, Roxy.
Hey, it's Roxy?
Nice to see you too, Robbie.
Ooh.
That's not Roxy. That's her evil avatar. Ignore her. Hey, that's Morph-X.
Oh, they found she's
Stealing it from the X-Bikes right under your nose.
Morph-X causes you to bite to the extreme.
there.
Time to give it back.
One tiny blast and the whole building goes.
What?
Boom.
Why is Morph-X
So volatile!
That's dangerous.
Okay, Tronics.
What? Oh, but she moved the gun away from it. Now you can.
We gotta take them out. Follow my lead.
Yeah, why did you take your gun sights off of the explosive stuff?
You know what? Next time we do this,
Okay, they're making good use of these civilian towers.
I'm putting.
Oh, and she's still got her cable stuff coming out of her morpher. That's cool.
Take as much Morph-X as you can to Scrozzle. I'll finish off the Rangers and bring the rest to
Joseph
myself.
Kazma has a headcanon that Kendall is the Dino Charge Universe's Dr. K.
I'm not entirely sure what that necessarily means.
This is going to be fun.
Yes, I am honestly
We've got God, but we still got no Magog.
I'm honestly amazed by the level of original fight scenes we're actually getting. Like, I knew that we were getting a fair bit, but this is actually beyond what I was expecting. Also,
Hasbro is not messing around.
they're really not, and I'm really glad that we're actually getting into, with this being sort of our first kind of standalone episode, we're getting into good character development and good messaging.
Joseph Scalia suggests that that Beast Morphers is the mainline universe's RPM.
Here's a suggestion on the best way
Well, to an extent.
Given that RPM is also another dimension.
Yeah, as far as you consider parallels. I have obviously worked up my own series of things when it comes to how parallel universes work.
Yeah, I mean, obviously in our canon, Mayo is the real world Dr. K.
Well, she would be the real world Dr. K. With regards to what happened to the main universe Dr. K in Power Reviews, well, you're just gonna have to keep watching.
Aye, aye, Captain Tie-Dye. Let's speed this up.
We have not really explored that yet. But
You can find our new larger bag.
which I need to keep reminding myself of
The
because
hashtag
I'm like,
show made a theory that Nate is Billy's kid. Well, if Billy's still on Quatia, then he really works
Aquitar.
overseas.
Yeah.
Aquitar, overseas.
oh my god, that would be amazing.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Part of a
This isn't even a plot-focused episode. The fact that a normal Monster of the Week episode feels so organic is a nice change of pace.
Yeah, it's also really interesting how little of a role the Monsters of the Week actually seem to play so far.
Ginger Records agrees that Morph-X really should not be that volatile.
Yeah, no, this
There are
ridiculous.
explosions when the Rangers morph.
Yeah, exactly.
Can that happen to me in the kitchen?
Unlock awesome adventures. Fuel the fun with the power of protein and milk.
There's a lot of good
I
stuff
agree,
going
Bleach.
on.
I do think that Nate's going to be a great character.
And this is the Lowe's Do It Right playbook. Why don't you break down this kid's technique
The whole-
for this match? Sure thing.
The whole thing with so far the
fundamentals.
one of the big things is like Morph-X should not as this clean renewable energy source made of morphin energy.
He knows it.
I don't know why it would blow up a building if you shoot it. That seems like a bad thing.
Now it loads. Shock now.
And two, if you're making that your threat, why would you stop pointing your gun at it?
You pay too much.
Um,
For your glasses, they charged you too much.
Who?
Practically
Which one's
anyone
Gavin?
who
Which
isn't
one's Mayo?
America's best. Wear 2 pairs and a
Oh,
free exam
Mayo
for
is Gavin.
$69.95. It's not just a better deal, it's America's best.
Now that kids can turn boxes of Lucky Charms into leprechaun traps, nowhere's safe. Excuse me.
but yeah, so far the monsters have been just like really just sort of low-powered creatures.
You can collect all 5 boxes to try and catch me.
I'm strong. I'm fierce.
I'm hoping that the monsters get more powerful as the show goes on, because at the moment they're pretty much just slightly more powerful than the Tronics.
We could do a lot.
It only seems to take like one good shot to take one out, and that's about it.
There's no limit to what we as women can accomplish. We are changing the world. That's me. That's me. That's me. That's me. I'm gonna bring it.
Do it like a girl.
That's right, it's Women's History Month.
Ivy is getting an award presented by
Annie Love, queen of the internet.
Thank you guys so much.
But when Annie's prized possession gets stolen,
Eyes open for the lowlife who took it.
it's a big problem.
What?
Taking it when you got loose at the banquet.
What? This medal is Ivy's.
Okay, apparently there's...
Annie. Oh.
Don't
Okay.
miss a brand new Cousins for Life. Right after
Cousins for Life.
Still waiting for the Morph-X Slime Time crossover. When will Nick make this happen?
Oh my god. This is
Oh, that would be fun. Brian Falk thinks as they gather more Morph-X,
Okay.
the monsters will become more powerful.
Okay. Apparently made it up to the...
Beta model Gigatron.
Alright.
A beta model Gigatron.
Yeah, those guys are the beefy dudes. There we go.
The pig stole the necklace!
Okay.
Someone else is watching on DVR.
Good. I like we've got this little thing where it raises up to the top. It's pretty cool.
Don't steal your headcanon for Power
And then
Rangers.
there's got the Neeltron data.
Man, I don't know what to say, dude. I mean, we've got the canon.
Okay.
For Power Reviews.
This is John Hostel, headed
Yeah.
to Morph-X Tower, Tango 6.
Can you handle it? Yeah, heading in now.
Alright, so Ravi's gonna go handle it. That's cool. Oh, interesting filters going on. Did you just run all the way back to the base? I think you may have.
In position.
Deploy Wheeler Zord. Deploying Wheeler Zord.
I am a little disappointed that we didn't get to keep the cool hospital fights from the original.
Great idea.
Hey, time for Gorilla Boat. Whee!
Time to make these
I was wondering which footage they were going to be using for this episode. And I was not expecting, I wasn't expecting Needletron because it's clear Ravi focused for the Sentai footage.
What is
And
a
I
bogey?
thought this one was going to be a Zoe episode. A bogey is basically a threatening target, I guess you could say.
Razzle's Gigatron is gonna crush Robbie.
So when somebody says bogey straight ahead, it's like, we've got a problem straight ahead.
Specifically, it's usually a
Wait.
threat that's outside the pack. It's not with the rest of them.
I'm not sure, but I think that the footage we were just seeing, the like sunset footage, I think that may have been original footage.
I'll do it with Roxy.
That's crazy.
Just you and me now.
You don't stand a chance, laundry girl.
I don't know. This laundry girl's pretty tough.
You missed. No, I didn't.
Wait. Oh, she shot the bike. Oh, right, because we saw the bike explode earlier.
Here's a little gift for you. You missed.
Oh no, she just blew up the building. Why are you blowing up the building? Why are you blowing up the building? Okay, apparently it's okay when the Rangers do it.
Guess you're
Even if
both pretty tough.
that's what the villains were threatening to do earlier. Okay, bye Roxy.
Jax, I really need a carrot.
Aww. But yeah, now we're into the Sentai footage.
Gigatron's draining us fast. And we're just in
We
time.
don't get enough.
Whoa,
no.
whoa, whoa! Here comes,
Thanks, Devin. I'll take it from
I
here.
swear, if that person in the hallway starts knocking on our door, they better be guesses for next door.
wait,
Like,
what? Is this? might be original footage.
The whole thing?
Wait.
There has
I
to
need
be
double
some
check.
sentence.
No, there was. The initial parts. This is original. This is gorgeous. I don't remember this.
Jesse Torres points out that we have not had enough female rivalries in Power Rangers.
That's fair.
So this one's pretty good.
Mom, where's the mayor? I want to show him his whole new
Oh, and
X-Fight
Joseph
design.
Scalia
Maybe
says
he'll
that,
change his
to
mind.
prove my point from last week, his
See, oh,
purchase
I told you so,
of
and my dad's
consumption
stubborn. He's not
of
gonna
carrot
change his
sticks
mind
has
just
now
because you purified
skyrocketed.
the X-Fights.
Maybe, but I'm not giving up.
I'm so proud of you, sweetie.
Bleach says that's
Here comes
Sentai.
the mayor.
The strike from above?
The Cheetah Blaster, however, is original.
Right.
Why would they need a limo? This is a lot more fun.
I need to double check my,
Just keep with the trend, son.
I need to double check on some Go Buster stuff.
News last night.
I didn't remember the Red Ranger diving in at the end for that.
I guess it went viral.
Sure did. And from what I hear, everyone wants an X-Bike now.
Also, I'm really amused how
Just
that
like the Power
shot
Rangers.
was not a shot from above just
Did
there,
it, Zoe?
even though she was in the helicopter.
Sure does. I hereby declare this road project permanently canceled, and I'm very proud to announce we're ordering 5,000 X-Bikes for the city.
We'll use the money we were going to use to make a road.
Green Morph-X can make a difference.
Shola.
Now,
We were both wrong.
no, excuse me.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
off to work.
Sorry.
Shola.
Shola. Sorry, Joe.
As mayor, I would invest
I
in
can't
carrot
believe
farms.
it. Mom, you're the best.
Hey, don't thank me.
Well,
The
in their
Rangers
universe,
are the ones who made your
carrots
life
are probably
so
not skyrocketing,
fantastic.
because in their universe, nobody knows
Yeah.
the Yellow Ranger chows down
Thanks,
on carrots.
Rangers. Whoever you are.
In our universe, investing in
Just
carrot farms would
one
be a
more
good idea.
thing to do.
Looking up something.
Set him free, because
Set him
his
free,
home is
there it
safe now.
Come on, buddy.
And
You're home
Oh,
safe.
and now he's... There he goes. Is that it? Now he's CG. I don't think he was CG before.
they may have needed to CG him because he wasn't
Where have you been?
behaving.
That Robotron attack got us thinking. So, we converted our X-Bike into...
What? What's it gonna do? Oh,
X-Michael!
What did I say?
no. Wow.
What did I say?
That's pretty great.
I just remembered. We don't know how to ride these things.
Yeah, that's the problem.
No, you do know how to ride those things, and I'm gonna say the reason I know you know how to ride those things is because you would no longer be upright if you did not know how to ride a unicycle.
No, apparently they know some of how to ride a unicycle. Okay, I'm pausing before we find out if we're ready, kids. I want to double check who wrote this one. Because the writer credits are no longer at the beginning; they're at the end.
Beast
now.
Morphers is making an effort to be good. Yes, I think it is, Tim.
So it's just so many people in the opening.
How do you like the full morph sequence in the episode with the black suits in the background thing?
I liked the morphing sequence. I thought it was a cool morphing sequence. I want to look up. Something with regards to the Go Busters episode for this, because I could have sworn that Blue finished it without red, or I didn't think that was the way that fight ended. But again, I could be wrong. I very well might be. But that looked like original footage. And if it is, then I'm very, very impressed. I thought, specifically the black suits
Nega's not a
part.
fan of the black suits.
I was pretty neutral on the black suits. I didn't have...
They're not military, they're pseudo-military because...
No, the black suits in the morph sequence.
No, people were talking about them being a military-run,
organization? Yeah,
organization.
no,
They're pseudo-military, but they're actually a corporate entity.
Yeah, they're clearly a private organization.
So, essentially, these Power Rangers are mercenaries.
To an extent, yeah.
Are you planning to get the Micromorphers blind bag Power Rangers figures?
I had not given it explicit thought.
Chip wanted to make this season instead of Dino Charge and Ninja Steels, and it shows.
At the very least, it's pretty clear that he was more interested in
I wonder
this
if a billionaire
season
could privately
than
contract Power Rangers
this
for a
did.
mission. I think we've seen what happens when that happens, and it wasn't a good season.
was very surprised they ended up going with Needletron as their Sentai choice for this episode. Just
especially since they had to turn him into a bite pump.
Yeah. Let me see here.
What we got?
I'm just double checking a description on some things because it was looking like some elements of it. I'll need to. I want to see the source material on this one again. I was seeing what I could look up.
the Needle Zord was destroyed by Ace. So
okay. I could be wrong. It's been a little while. That did not look terribly familiar. But either way, it was a really cool finisher. There was just there was so much original footage in this episode. I was starting to lose track of what was actually Sentai footage, which is impressive.
No, Mega, no. Nate is not a robot.
We have no idea. There's no way to know. He probably is not. He probably is not.
We already had the robot son, and that was terrible.
Yeah, I remember that they were tending to a hospital in the original source footage.
Yeah.
And this was just such a...
turned into a bike pump, and there was so much original footage here that it makes me wonder why they even chose to use this monster.
It was interesting. The only reason I can think is that
Made from a bike pump looks like a doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
The only reason I can think that they might have done that was specifically to focus on the Zoe Roxy fight. Basically, instead of focusing on why Blue was the main focus in battle, instead focus on why Yellow was not in the battle, which is an interesting choice, and I hadn't thought of that when I was trying to guess in my head, like, okay, which monster are they going to use for this?
Someone did mention earlier that this does seem to be the start of a good female rivalry, which we don't have enough of in Power Rangers.
That's fair.
I'm actually... Someone was talking about
okay,
shipping...
so Spencer was just looking up that... Okay, so that was just really,
Spencer.
really nice footage.
It was Sentai footage. So...
Yeah? Okay.
Keep going. I forgot what I was about to say.
Okay. I just blanked on that element of the fight. And I'm surprised I blanked on it, because that was a really cool fight at the end.
Somebody was talking earlier about shipping Blake and Roxy. I assume
Blaze and Roxy.
Blaze and Roxy. I assume you mean Blaze and Roxy avatars.
Yeah.
Not actual Blaze and Rocky.
Yeah, the avatars.
And I think that could be an interesting ship, because that would really start messing with Ravi's head.
Yes. I don't think that they're going to go ahead with that, specifically because them having any sort of affection for each other feels like that would be genuine human emotion leaking through, and I feel like if there was any genuine human emotion leaking through, that would be emotion towards Ravi, not towards Blaze.
Bleach is shipping Nate and Zoe.
Now,
I'm on board with that.
Now that being said, what you were just saying makes me. I will say, Blake and Rocky would be a very bizarre ship. But I mean, they were both ninjas at various points.
I misspoke terribly.
They each used the power of thunder.
What do you think about Scrozzle now?
He didn't do too much in this episode, but I think I actually liked him better as sort of more the background complainy scientist character than going directly out into the field last time.
Oh.
What's that?
Next episode in 2 weeks is the Ravi Roxy episode.
Yes, that's right, because there won't be an episode this coming week because of the Kids' Choice Awards. Now that being said,
Digital Deception.
we don't need to read the
That's
because I always try to make sure you go in as cold as
That's a
possible.
spoiler.
Well, I mean, it's like I had seen it pop up. I did not want you to actually see it because I always try to keep you from those.
Yep, it's gone now.
I know it's one of those public release things, but it is minor spoilage.
Scrousel, Brian likes that Scrousel kept blaming Roxy and Blaze for not having enough Morph-X.
Yeah. I do like that Blaze and Roxy are functioning as a team. That is good.
Yeah, playing off the fact that they were meant to be Rangers. Also, that they were both corrupted by the same virus.
It also gives more opportunity for better villain fights if the villains are
on the
cooperating.
same page, yeah.
Which we don't really get too often. Villains very rarely work together, really.
My favorite part of the episode was definitely, the lizard.
Yeah. And, let's see, with regards to...
No, I don't think so, Justin.
Now,
Justin.
we can talk about that in a moment, though. With regards to this coming weekend, since they are going to be doing the Kids' Choice Awards, I know one thing that we've been talking about, as far as, if we have a week off,
is maybe doing the Power Ranger movie?
The Lupin Ranger versus Power Ranger on film. Their summer movie.
That could be fun.
Is that something that you guys would like to see? Would you guys like that as our live stream for next Saturday?
Because we could live that.
Yeah.
It's Saturday. If all y'all are interested. Though since it's a movie, what's the runtime?
It's like a half-hour movie.
Oh, okay. Then it's fine.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if it's like a 2-hour thing, we should start at 6.
Yeah. No, I think that would be much better fit for a half-hour movie.
We've
I
got
prefer 1 week.
Several people seem to be cool with end film.
Yeah.
So we may very well do that.
So yeah.
Weekend.
Cool. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of buy-in for that. Okay, we'll do that.
All right. Yeah,
we'll do that.
And that'd be a fun little standalone bonus live reaction thing for next week, I think. And it's a movie, so it's I think probably going to be a little less continuity focused, and it was set quite a bit earlier in the season, so shouldn't be too spoilery. I think that's before X was introduced. Because that was over the summer.
That's way early.
Yeah. I could be mistaken. I don't recall. I would need to double check.
Dory. Oh, sorry for sending. I meant to send it to someone on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, all right.
I redacted it.
It's fine. It's fine.
When is Rio Soldier live reaction?
That's going to be released on Wednesday. We'll be recording that in the next couple days, and then we'll release it on Wednesday.
It's gonna go in the normal Sentai time slot where we had the previous one, and where we've been doing the
Lupat and Q Ranger.
And I was gonna say where we've been doing the ultimate super battle strongest.
Yeah, the Super Sentai strongest battle.
That thing.
Yeah.
It's gonna go right in that time slot.
Regarding episode 87 of Power Reviews, I am very close to finishing it. I was going to be doing filming on Thursday, and then one of my actors got called into work. So it's looking like I'll be getting those last 2 shots probably at the end of the month. Fingers crossed. Once I have a solid confirmation on what's going on with that, I should be able to release a trailer. Because right now, at this point, I'm working on like the last few things. Basically, from the point where I can get those pickup shots, it should be a matter of days for me to be able to finish it. Because pretty much all I have. What do I have left? I need to take care of some sound effects. And I need to take care of, I need to put together the previously on segment and take care of the final sequence that I need the pickup shots for. And that's mostly it.
Yeah.
It's pretty much just like the final 2 minutes of the episode.
Yeah, no, Darren, that's exactly why it's driving us bonkers.
Yeah.
Because it's such a small amount of film, but it's critical to the ending.
Yeah.
So we cannot release the film until we get a hold of these actors.
Yeah. And I say the last 2 minutes, it's really probably the last minute of the episode. needs to be edited, and then like my 1 minute of previously on segment that I've already started putting.
Yes, yes, we
And
like
some
Ben
sound
and Betty
effects.
better. Yes, we like Ben and Betty better.
Yeah, Ben and Betty, I'd say, are already doing better than Victor and Monty character-wise.
Oh, yes.
Like, they serve a purpose within the series rather than being more on the side. And Victor and Monty, when they were first introduced, seemed like they might be tying into things a little bit. But here, Ben and Betty seem to be serving more as side inventors, helpers in the field. They're serving more of a direct role, and I appreciate
You know what they
that.
kind of remind me of? Claire.
It's like if we teamed up Claire and Boom to an extent.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Robbie. Yeah, no, she was totally messing with him there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
I look like your girlfriend.
Yeah, she's gonna be playing into that more. I think.
Last female rivalry between a ranger and a villain back in Jungle Fury?
Well, a little bit between Lily and Camille.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I didn't hit her. I didn't. Oh, hi, Mark.
I'm trying to think if... I mean, there was a little bit between Dayu and Mia back in Samurai.
There were several, I wouldn't say it was a rivalry, though, but there were several close encounters between, Kay and Tanaya.
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't call that a rivalry, though. It was just a fight that happened. Almost more, if there was anything going on, it was, Tanaya having a bit of a vendetta, but that's because she's, loyal to Vendrix.
Also, I just want to say...
So far, no fart jokes. Let's keep it up.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say about that, though, because I've heard so many people going, yeah, no fart jokes, yeah, no fart jokes, yeah, no fart jokes. So many people keep saying that. Alright, here's the thing. Ninja Steel didn't actually have its first fart joke till episode 6.
Also, that's kind of a
Slow
low bar.
your roll, guys.
That's kind of a low bar. Well, I mean,
everybody likes
no
to act
fart jokes is a pretty low bar.
The fart jokes were like such a big thing of Ninja Steel. When they were in Ninja Steel, yeah, they were way too prominent in the episodes they were in. But they were in like 5 episodes. Slow your roll, guys.
Tanaya was more against Dylan. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely. But she did really seem to like needling, because she knew.
Yeah.
Even before the Rangers knew what Kay had done.
Right, right.
So she kept needling her with that.
Yeah.
And that's why I was saying, it's not really a rivalry, it's just sort of a vendetta kind of thing that happened, because Kay could probably care less.
I'm trying to think if there was anything else prominent going on with female characters. No, I can't really say there were too many other female rivalries in the field, really.
I mean, even Lily and Camille weren't really...
It was just a little bit. It was just like, to the same degree as, like, Mia and Dayu, or
to my recollection, this may be the most clear rivalry I have seen between two female characters.
And no, this is only for this episode so far. We don't know if this is going to be a continuing thing.
True. Summer versus Tanaya? I don't remember that.
I'm sure they fought a few times, but
again,
Tanaya fought with everyone kind of equally, with the possible exception of
Alyssa
Dylan.
and Toxica. That sounds like a season I did not see.
That was Wild Force, and again, minor. I would say minor.
Now, then again, this might turn out to be minor too.
But
they seem to be setting it up to be a little bit more than that.
I feel like female rivalries within Power Rangers aren't really generally a prominent thing. It's usually just these two female characters happen to have the occasional fight.
But in this case...
Or the occasional plan that involved, or an occasional evil plan that happened to involve that female ranger.
Given that Zoe knew real Roxy...
Yeah, that...
She's got something...
There's groundwork for it at this time.
I was going to say, she's got every bit as much of a personal investment into this from the friend side as Robbie has from the romantic side.
Right.
She's like, I didn't want this position. The way she reacted, saying,
it suggests that
Roxy should have been in this role.
There.
She clearly respects that person and is not happy with her alter ego running around being evil.
But this is also... This
makes it very personal in general, in a Jared kind of way.
But this is one of the first times that we've had really an active female fighter in the field. in quite a while, I'd say.
You mean on the villain side?
On the
right?
villain side. Because when you look at, like, Banana fought, like, once.
I don't think so, Chase.
Lavira fought, like, twice. Whereas here, we're looking at maybe Plisandra fought once or twice. You know, it's one of those things where there was always a female character on the villain side, but they did not generally fight that often. With the exception of, like...
Well, Tanaya got out there plenty.
Well, yeah, but it's been a while, is what I'm saying. Like, Dayu occasionally, but not that much. Metal Alice, she was something of a general but she was only during the last, like, 8 episodes of Megaforce.
I totally forgot
I think she was
existed.
only in, like, 6 episodes. But Roxy is going to be one of the 2 main heavy hitters on the villain side, and I think that's pretty great. I think it's great that we have 2 great heavy hitters.
Goose egg.
I have not actually watched any Preview.
We have not seen any Preview
Sentai series.
Sentai.
I am aware of them. I've read about them. I've seen the occasional clips, but I have not actually watched any Preview Power Rangers.
I would be interested in seeing that too,
sorry.
Spencer.
Pre-Power Rangers Sentai. I've not seen any Preview Ranger Sentai.
No.
It's one of those things where, for a long time, I just wasn't watching Sentai, for a couple of reasons. One, it was usually, it was always a matter of access. There's not really, it's become less of
far more accessible now.
It's become far more accessible in recent years.
But back in the day, you had to have some, like, friend who found
Right.
a friend who found a friend who made a copy of a VHS of a
Like,
fan
I didn't
sub.
even really know about Sentai until you know, maybe 2000. So
Yeah,
and
they want you to
then I
watch
went to
Jetman.
and then I went to college and I saw Aba Ranger. Was the first time I saw a Sentai. My roommate was watching Dino Thunder with me, because what else was he going to do when I was watching Dino Thunder in our college dorm room? And he got interested enough that he ended up ordering Aba Ranger on DVD, and then we watched Aba Ranger on DVD, and it was great. I have heard good things about Jetman. I'd be interested to check it out at some point. One of the big things was, I didn't watch recent Sentai because I didn't want to get spoiled on the Power Ranger season that was coming next. And I wasn't watching older Sentai, partially because it was harder to find, and partially it just came down to time. All those shows are like 50 episodes apiece, and it takes a while to get through them. And they're subtitled, which means that it's really difficult to do other things while watching them. But that being said, having spent the last 2 years watching Q Ranger and Lupin Ranger vs. Power Ranger, and finding time to watch all of X-Aid for that X-Aid writer log, and I have watched Build since. I still need to do the writer log on Build. I've gotten better at being able to basically speed read my subtitles. So that means that I've actually developed enough skill also with automating my editing process, where I don't necessarily need to be looking that closely always as I'm editing, specifically when I'm like processing footage and I'm like doing clips. I'm like, okay, I'm doing this almost by ear more so than by eye. And also in switching back and forth, and able to read more quickly and get the gist more quickly. And I'm no longer so caught up on just making sure I get every little piece out of it. So I have been getting caught up on some recent Toku. So I've been...
Shout Factory released Jetman on DVD.
That is true. That does seem like that might be a worthwhile thing to check out.
That's 3 different people now telling you to watch Jetman.
I had always heard good things about Jetman. I've
Mega,
read some background on it. It looks good.
Tim,
I just would
and
need
Dustin.
I would just need to get around to it. I've got a lot of series that I'm working through right now. There's a lot of things I want to watch like before the summer hits, because I have some goals for the summers. But maybe later. Maybe after the summer I might go back and check out some older stuff. But as far as, like, for instance, you know, stuff for like live reactions, I'm not sure how much we would we probably are just going to keep it to the 2 videos a week kind of thing. Anywho, as far as this episode went, I liked a lot of it. I was thrown off by how much original footage was in there compared to how much I was expecting. But that being said, Power Rangers Dino Charge also had a very very original footage heavy first 3 episodes. I don't think quite to the level that Beast Morphers has been. But it has been interesting watching this and seeing how they're tackling things.
Would you rather see an original footage Dino Charge and Beast Morphers team up, or adapt the Dino team for BM? Well, I don't know why they would team up with Dino Charge.
Well, there was the source material team up.
Oh.
Because they were back to back Sentai.
What are Jammin' Rangers?
Oh, the Jammin' Rangers. I've shown you a picture of that on Twitter. Those are they're a fan created Ranger team with the musical theme and the headphones. I like the design work that people have done on those. It's very nice. I don't know too much more beyond the design work, but the designs are nice.
What a cheapskate? Who's a cheapskate?
I mean, I am, but...
We're frugal, not cheap.
We're frugal. I'm cheap.
The seller. Oh no, he's not a cheapskate. He's like a cheat or something. Sorry. Someone was asking if you were getting any Beast Morphers toys, and I mentioned that you have the 2 figure arts and the Morpher, and that I ordered you that camera blaster, and it still hasn't shown up.
Yeah, it's very strange that never arrived. Yeah, it's always.
Yeah, no spoilers in the chat, guy.
Even
for Jetman, no spoilers in the chat.
Yeah, I'm still amused at how I keep watching this, and I keep like having to remind myself which names are used in this one, because I still have the Go Busters names, the Grid Defense names, and now the Beast Morpher names to keep track of.
Jesse Torres wants to know, did you see his Power Rangers seasons ranking video?
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. I know you've posted it in the comments. I keep forgetting to watch it. But I will try, and I'll try and get to that. I apologize. Oh, and I realized I was checking before to see who was the. Okay, so this was another.
That's the Alwyn.
This was another.
Becca Barnes and Alwyn.
Interesting. Becca Barnes and Alwyn Dale worked on both this episode and the previous episode, both times with a new writer assisting them on the teleplay.
Yeah.
In both cases, they developed the story, but they did the teleplay alongside a new writer. In this case, it was Patrick Reiger. I'm blanking on the name of the person from last episode. I want to say it was Jason something. And that's interesting. And I think these might be, you know, I think I had it open here. And I think that might be Hasbro.
Good night, Jesse.
Have a good night. So I do want to actually check that to see if I can find the name real quick. I know I had it here.
Monsters, like an RPM, are a means to an end. They are not the main focus and just there to be useful till destruction.
Yeah,
Fair.
Yeah, the monsters are playing a very minor role in these first 2 episodes. We've had 2 monsters, and they both went... Oh, Johnny Hartman. That was the name of the new writer last time. And then here we have Patrick Reiger. But yeah, the monsters are really low focus right now, which, you know, some of the things that I'm seeing almost feels like it stands in direct opposition to some of the stuff with like Ninja Steel, where it was very much just a Monster of the Week kind of show. That was the kind of show that Ninja Steel was. So. What's going on here? Because you have a confused face, so now I'm looking at it. Something about... Is this a fan fiction thing that overlaps with DRPR 79?
I think so.
Okay. I'll try and take a look at that. I don't know what that would necessarily entail, but I will try and take a look at that. So yeah, I would have to look up who Patrick Ryger is and what his background is. Same thing with Johnny Hartman. I think Johnny Hartman is a Hasbro writer who has worked on something else, but I'm not sure what. But I'm getting the impression that, just going off of these 2 episodes, it seems like they're keeping the Power Rangers, the core Power Rangers writers of Chip, Becca, and Alwyn on developing story, but they seem to be getting script assistance from Hasbro writers now. Which, honestly, you know what?
I mean, if they're able to punch up the dialogue and make, the story, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can be really good at coming up with a plot, and not necessarily great at condensing it into the time frame necessary.
And I kept saying with regards to Dino Supercharge that there were a lot of good ideas in there, they just weren't quite properly balanced. And with regards to Ninja Steel, it felt like there was a good framework there, but it just wasn't quite fleshed out. And they kept, zigging when they sort of should have zagged in terms of sticking the landing on a lot of their messaging. Whereas here, they're focusing a lot more on being a responsible citizen, at the very least in this episode. And learning...
And this is that environmental message that other people were talking about being subtle before. It was definitely not subtle.
Yeah, it was much more prominent here. But I liked it. I feel like it was a good point of focus. And instead of focusing on the Rangers learning lessons, which is still a good thing for them to do, it's focusing on the Rangers being role models. And that's what we got out of last episode, that's what we got out of this episode. Yeah, we had 2 Rangers learn a lesson last episode by virtue of the 3rd Ranger being a role model. In this case, we had a Ranger being a role model and inspiring all the other Rangers. It's really, it's a new approach compared to the last 2 seasons. And I really like it. I like that as a way of conveying paragons of good behavior to children. And I think that's one of the things Power Rangers should be doing. And speaking of things that we probably should be doing, I'm sure that you're probably hungry because you did not have a chance to eat dinner because you came straight here. So we should probably be wrapping things up.
Probably.
So thank you guys for your patience at the beginning and for sticking with us through to the end.
Yes, I would use a Morph-X bike. And I would not pedal.
And again, we'll be. I'll probably be in the Discord right after this, so we can pop the Discord. So we'll sign off and pop the Discord into the chat for the link for the Discord into the chat, so you guys can join me and say hi.
Good evening, Omega Res.
And good night to everybody heading to bed. So yeah, I guess next week.
Yes, Joseph. There's a Discord.
It's not our Discord. There is a Power Rangers Discord that I've been active in recently. We'll post a link in there, and we can chat after the live reactions.
It's 8:30 at night, so that's definitely going to be dinner, Anthony.
Yeah. And then make sure to tune in for the live reactions to Roost Soldier.
Yeah.
We're going to be releasing the recording for that on Wednesday. I'll release that Wednesday evening. And then next Saturday, since the Kids' Choice Awards are going on for Nickelodeon, we're going to be checking out the summer movie of,
Kaito Sentai Lupin Ranger.
This is Keisu Sentai Fat Ranger. That was a test to see how well you could do. So,
it took me a moment to realize that you were expecting me to say it.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Alright, so, until next time, farewell, Ranger fans, and let the power protect you. Sweet upon the sea of a Morph-X fight, build